A good point I've seen in one of the comment sections on my episode reviews this week came down to Chelsea, and that, I remember in one episode I said, I can't remember, I think it was Wednesday's episode, basically the episode where Chelsea and Kat are over at Anita's and they're, talking about, life stuff and getting advice. And fans were kind of mixed with, I heard more people talking about Kat than Chelsea, but this comment stuck out because it was Chelsea driven. Now, the majority of fans didn't like the fact that, Anita was like telling Kat about going over there to fix things with Tomas, leading to her apologizing, which felt so wrong on so many levels since, like she called him out for being a Eva apologist and never really considering her feelings towards her half sister. Now, when it comes to Chelsea, my thing was I looked at it from the perspective of, yeah, like in this social media marketing game and whatnot, or world we live in, influencer driven, if you're out of the game for too long, somebody else is going to pass you by, or maybe your fans won't be there still. But with Chelsea, given the situation that she had found herself in, being abducted and everything, I think that if nothing else, her fans would be there when she comes back because they are that devoted. And it's completely understandable if someone goes through something like that, a traumatic experience or an accident, that, they need time to kind of recover from the public eye. And I can understand Chelsea feeling lost because for a good chunk of her teenage adult life, it was in front of the camera, like every moment of every day was something she had to post about. But now that space is no longer comfortable for her. Who is she without being an influencer? That's kind of where she finds herself, in the zone she finds herself in right now. And the big question is, okay, so how do I bounce back? Should I get back into the game? But, Kat is looking at this from the business perspective of, well, hey, we both kind of quit our day jobs in order to make this happen. So, cuz we got to, pull yourself out of purse strap. But then it's just a situation where is this moving too fast? Because I see both sides of it, but the healthier side is to kind of play it by Chelsea's ear. But at the same time, you have her cousin and grandmother who love her a lot and want, and I can understand no one in the family wanting Chelsea's dream to be ruined by some psycho. I completely understand. But they also have to look at it from the perspective of, don't pressure Chelsea into moving too quickly, because as devoted as the Duprees are to each other, at the end of the day, it almost, and I've mentioned this in other videos before, it almost seems like being a Dupree means, just casting everything aside, your feelings and whatnot. It's like, you have to live up to being a Dupree. Dupree blood runs through your veins. We don't back down from anyone. That's all well and good for a pep talk, but in terms of long term, think of the potential emotional and psychological damage that could be done by constantly pushing someone into something, basically the deep end of the pool before they know how to swim. I mean, when you really think about it, maybe I did a video. I know I did a video. I can't recall if I posted it already or not, but about the Duprees, Vernon and Anita doing more harm than good by protecting their own, whether it be Martin, with the situation that happened 2 years ago, and the cover up for Martin from 2 years ago because Bill knew everything. And I think about Danny being forced to go to that wedding. Keep in mind, her parents and everybody saw her slapping Haley at the country club. And what did Anita do? She went over there and scolded her for acting out. And it's like, you are the Dupree. We hold our heads high. We don't stoop down to that level. And then they took it further by forcing her to go to that wedding. And we saw the breakdown she, experienced when she pulled out the gun. And Vernon and Anita were just flabbergasted and stunned by this stunt. It's like, is this who you are now? But not even considering the fact that, we didn't know. It's like after the fact that, they started to question, we didn't know she was down that bad. But never once took a moment to point the finger and go, man, we have been hard on her and stuff like that. No. Well, mainly Anita, because Anita, you could tell, was hard on Danny, while Vernon would kind of swoop in to kind of, bandage her up emotionally. But I just feel like while they mean well, I think in the long run Chelsea could be I don't know. I think maybe she ought to take her time. But like I said, I can see both sides of it from a business and influencer perspective, but also from a personal level. I mean, this woman almost died multiple times because Allison had those knives on her. One the little like cake knife and then the big, cleaver knife or whatever. And then it got to the point where had Madison, Kat, and Jacob not showed up when they did, Chelsea was about to strangle Allison in the name of self-defense. But keep in mind, she was pushed to that point. So, yeah, I can certainly understand that maybe she doesn't want to be back in the public eye right now. But we'll just have to wait and see. And like I said before, in terms of Anita giving Kat advice, yeah, that didn't turn out so well. Like I said, you apologize and whatnot. I mean, not defending Tomas, but I would be confused. I don't know what. Like, you apologize. I planned this, surprise romantic evening in this hotel room. And then we have sex and you tell me I'm crap in bed. Like, he's just, lost. But I don't know. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.